My name is Hatch, and I am Green Wolf running for President 2020 Green Party. Perfect design. On every season, on every incline, I am perfecting the opportunity and I am defeating the opposition. There are levels of nature, and there are different types of chi forms that are part of the conversation of Earth residency. The sort of circumstance that we're in like a historical moment, capitalism 1.0. It is supposed to be like trial of the fittest, like like who is the master of chaos and fire, and who rises up, who can like surf on supply and demand, doing it in this really sort of American way, the capitalism model, and it's like it's getting to a point where it's going like beep 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 beep. It's having warning signs of like like steam is blowing out, and we're like, oh, and they put like duct tape over it and stuff. It's like, are we approaching super civilization, or are we being sabotaged in a way, the type of societal collapse where like the ideals of and principles of America begin to not make sense anymore? And that's what we want to be resilient for. We say no against that collapse, and we destroy the sequence of the down. So we plant the seeds of good luck. We need to create our own future, so we want to make sure that we're defeating sickness and we're causing security. And then it just sort of like suddenly we sort of feel sort of wiser. The reality is that we've actually done something to our timeline, and we've actually suddenly our entire future epiphany is different, and that sort of like the bead of that karma kind of slides in, and then that's part of the enthrallment of the meditation, right? And then so we're lifted up, and we're like, oh, epiphany, right? Is it between crowd control or identity, the John Lennon? Pan. I'm the one saying it's the person behind the eyes that is the value, and each one of us is sharing in that sensation of being an island. I'm not confused by the images of large crowds. The economy, capitalism 1.0, kind of like, for example, nuclear power. It's like, oh, they do this thing with physics, then they cause heat, and the boiled water actually turns out. And I'm like, whoa, 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 back it up. What's the part about boiling water? They're like, oh, yes, that is what the steam power actually turns the turbines and creates nuclear power. I'm like, well, that's not nuclear power, that's boiled water power. But the heating source is nuclear, right? Okay, so that's not intelligent accessing of a superforce such as nuclear power. This is like, all right, but when a nuclear plant melts down, sometimes they have what is called an elephant's foot. It's inside the radioactive chamber, where literally, there's like pistons and stuff that heat the water, but when this thing overheats, it just like the entire thing melts down and a big like molten blob comes out, and that's called the elephant's foot, and it's highly radioactive. It's like where like but only like two of them have ever been photographed. So it's a rare occurrence anyway. This elephant foot, what I'm trying to say is that the economic model and the capitalism 1.0 right now, it has elephant's feet like Jeff Bezos in the mind of society. And so they ultimately become a reprisal of the system, capitalism and economics and the way things are. All right, so my plan with the golden statues is actually to repair the model using gold. And this is a classic Zen mastery to repair broken pottery with gold. So, wherever there's like an elephant's foot in our economic model, will be the golden statues goes into these pockets. Like, we're going to have to eradicate homelessness. We're going to have to take care of universal health care. We're going to have to. So, we're cracking open the dollar and we're simply taking care of all that stuff. Like, every time it turns around, there's some interest earned from the golden statues, and that interest goes right up into paying for super cities. once we do that, it's sort of like we lift up the country and we do this internal golden statue repair, and then all of our taxes are funneling cleanly, and I'm going to use that flow to eradicate national debt and restore the value of the US dollar. We have to be inventors. Some ingenuity is needed here. It's a progressive and technological advanced age, 2020. And so it's those two things. It's just like basic foot traffic and super cities, golden statues, super cities, commander in chief. Green Wolf 2020, Hatch. It becomes a new economic solution for the world. It becomes a world bank. And other countries can then prescribe to the system. It's like a intelligent dollar unit. A lot of intelligent things are going to be said in the studio. A lot of late nights, and we're talking with people online. So there's actually virtual meetings where we talk with really smart people, and then we're going to edit down that footage to the best moments. A wonderful experience, but a great meditation where people are actually involved. They're actually learning about the candidate who is Hatch. And that's going to be very different from what we're seeing in the Democrats and the Republicans. Thank you guys so much. It is for the perfection of America and Earth. It is for the family of the American uh, Enlightenment and like all the value points, all those hidden values. I think that, yeah, we want to be enlightened about that. All right. Thank you guys so much. It is perfect. It is complete. It is good. Troubleshoot it. Make that